If you've been stuck under $30,000 a month and you're banging your head off the wall trying to figure out how to scale, but every single week things get worse and worse, and this video is for you. If you've gone through all the hacks, all the tricks, you have insane amount of churn that's happening with your customers and clients, people are getting some wins, mediocre results, and not really actually progressing, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you exactly our ecosystem model that scaled our business to over $300,000 a month and has helped over 200 content businesses do the exact same. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how you can implement this in your business right now and move forward. And before I even show you that, this is basically the story of how we've grown our business because out of pain. I've had my media company under Voix for the past couple of years. We struggled so hard to get to 50K a month, 100K a month because we were just hitting our head off the wall. That's when I discovered a simple, easy, and straightforward mechanism to be able to scale up our offers and scale our revenue without having to scale out. Because if you're just adding more employees to be able to grow your revenue, you're never going to be able to scale properly. And this same model has been used across many of our clients that are going from 10K a month to 20K a month, but it's the same mechanism that they've used to go from 20K a month all the way up to 100, all the way up to 200K a month. We want to have an ecosystem of offers for people that come and work with you. And this is based on proximity, it's based on speed, and it's based on a few different verticals. But when we get this right, you'll be able to basically transform your entire business. So let's get straight into it. As you see here, this is the ecosystem that we've designed. And you have to do it for yourself before you do it for anybody else, which is why I'm showing it to you for Voix, our company. What we've done here is we have a series of offers depending on where people are in their journey. I'm going to show you the full breadth and what you can start with now to basically get the result ASAP. Now, I have a very clear line down here because we have an agency service, part of our services, which I think is slightly to the side of the ecosystem. The reason being is because the ecosystem is designed to help people based on speed and proximity. What we have right here is almost like a stair ladder. It's a stair step up, right? Within our core service, this is where people have a lot of proximity to us where we do it for them. This is done for you, okay? If you have any type of service, any type of thing where you actually implement a software or a process or whatever for someone, that is to the side. On the other side though, we have a series of coaching and consulting and mentorships that we work very closely with 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs. And it depends on where they are in their journey. So let's get straight into it. We have a light model that I included here as an example, which basically shows people where they want to build a content business and they want to generate revenue for their business, but they don't want to go through all the hassle of going through programs and all things like this. This is info only, okay? This is for people who want to start, but they want to do it themselves, which is perfectly fine. The next step up is more of a coaching model. This is our incubator program, which we've helped many people go from 0 to 30K a month. And this is when they need more help with their content business. So let's just think about it logically. Imagine right now if you were helping people with fitness and you're helping people literally get shredded for summer. If you have an ecosystem model like this, you can help people to get shredded in a group model. You can help people to get shredded in a self-paced model. And you can also help people get shredded in more of a mentorship model where you review every single detail that they put out 24/7. That just means that the result goes up. Probability of success goes up. And I want to come back to that in a second, but this is basically how we're able to do this. Because for us, we split this up based on the different modalities. This also vastly impacts price because the price of just info only is going to be dramatically different from mentorship where you get direct access with me. Because what we do is we're able to structure this in such a way that we can get maximum amount of results for people with a few small changes. So let's have a look at it. The deliverables that we have include here, okay, is let's just say if it's for info only, we would have the deliverables of the incubator that's helping people build an offer, build a sales system, and create content that drives to that offer. That is basically the only deliverable in here. They will do that themselves. As they need more help and as they start to increase their investment, they will come into the incubator. They'll get weekly live calls, community access, straight line feedback from me in the community. I'll get back to people almost immediately when it comes in, and they'll be able to get to the result even quicker, okay? So they pay for speed, they pay for access. But then the most important part is that if they want to take the next step in the journey, they can go faster, even faster with mentorship. This is close proximity to me. This is closer access to me than my wife gets to me for the most part. we basically have at this point a way for people to get close one-to-one access, have one-to-ones, and come and sit down with me and sit down with my team. And you can clearly see that in the deliverables, because in the deliverables here, we have community access, weekly live calls, mastermind events. But over here, we have one-to-one access, access to our team, private WhatsApp group, masterminds, which we run 2-3 times a year, and also everything else. So it's a staircase ladder. It's and more, and more, and more. And the whole beautiful part about this is the fact that our ecosystem is designed to help people at every part in their journey. Because if you're just getting started, you can go into light, take it easy. If you wanted to come into the incubator and go from 0 to 30K a month, this is how you do it. If you wanted to come in and get close proximity to me and go up that ladder to 100K, 200K, 300K a month, you would come into Apex. And then if people want us to run their content for them, we literally do that. We do what we say, we do what we teach, and we have 30, 40 active clients as customers right now inside of Core, which is absolutely wild. And overall, we have over 100 clients that's inside of our ecosystem, because inside of our Core, we have different products, different offerings, and different ways to get to them as a result. So think about how you can implement this ecosystem model, right? How can you add different proximity offers depending on where you are and where they are in their journey? But there's some super important rules that you truly need to understand to really nail this. It's always about access. Here's a big trick in the online business space that no one is telling you. Just because you're in a program longer does not mean that your results will improve. Many people do not even get the result in general, and after 1 month, they've already absorbed the most amount of information and they don't even need to be there anymore. So changing your program to, let's say, 12 months is actually BS. You actually don't need to do that, and people don't value it. We stick everything to 6 months, because in 6 months, it's just enough of a fire up your ass to actually go and do the work, but not too much to put you under pressure and then just to give out and complain. So 6 months is the ultimate sweet spot that we have found to get optimal results, okay? And then we offer a subscription for people to stay in. It's $500 to stay in the incubator, and it's $1,000 to stay in Apex afterwards, okay? But then the focus is super important. So we use basically our info only for people that are unqualified or don't want to basically go work inside the programs. But then the main access of the incubator is it's the main program that they'll be able to get their exact result, but there's no one-to-one access with me. And then there's more levels of access within Apex. So we see it's a sliding scale, okay? The boundaries is there's no contact inside of Light, there's only group contact here, and there's all access because it's where they are in their journey, okay? So as we see here, we split our audience up based on revenue. It's such a beautiful way to be able to showcase where the ideal avatar is and how you can actually get them results, because inside the incubator, it's very clear. Are you under 30K a month? Yes, we can get you that result ASAP. Are you above 30K a month? Yes. Okay, if you want to go from 30K all the way up to 400K, 500K, 600K, we have the resources in there with sales, systems, our appointment setting team, absolutely everything that's in there, okay? And then the roadmap has a little bit of a change, but for the most part, it's the same thing. Within the incubator, we have our offer, traffic, and sales. So people know that they're coming into the program. We work on their offer, then we help them with traffic, and then we help them with a sales system. Very simple, very streamlined. Once they're making sales and once they're getting customers, they want more help, which is natural. They've actually ascended themselves out of this program because they've just got the result that they need. And if they want further help, totally up to them. They don't need to if they don't want to. We can inject more leads, more sales, and better delivery inside of it. Because within the ecosystem model, of course, it takes a bit of time to define, but that's why you need to have one hero offer that basically gets everything, all the results immediately. But people want to go faster, and it's also based on their own intentions, right? Not everyone wants to be in a group chat. Not everyone wants to be in a damn school group, right? Some people want to go faster and be closer to you. We have many clients who have my WhatsApp access, many clients who are happy just on Slack. Depends completely up to them, right? So the model works. It always works because you have one single line, one problem that you solve at scale. So we help business owners make more money with content. We can do that with you, we can do that for you, and we can do that in close proximity to you. But the same thing is also true. We will get you the result of increasing your revenue with content. That's all that matters. People do not care about how they got to the result. They only care about the result. So if that means you have to stick out your window and scream, they'll stick their head out the window and scream. Someone is going to do it, guys, and that is exactly how this works. But there is a caveat here that I need to show you. People destruct this. We've worked with some of the biggest programs in the world, and these guys have blown up their own business. They've taken a gun, shot themselves in the head and in the foot at the same time. And it's because of the destruction of how they break the ecosystem. For the ecosystem to work, you need to have boundaries and blockers. Boundaries and blockers are super important, right? Because think about it this way. If I bought your 997 course, and if I knew I can message you on WhatsApp and drop you a message on LinkedIn and hop on a quick little kind of touch point emotional call, why would you ever pay more money? Why would you ever do that? And on the flip side, if someone's going to pay you 60K, which people do in core every single year, 60K for the year, how do you think they will feel if you're giving your energy to someone that's paid 997 and they're getting the same level of access? The proximity and speed is all broken, guys. It's completely broken. I've seen some guys who are just too self-conscious and too insecure to put boundaries in, and we've actually had to cut them. We've cut clients because they've actually just wasted our time because they're not able to follow the ecosystem model. You need to have boundaries. So if you're buying just info only, there's no communication. If you're buying a program, there's live calls and community. If you're buying a mentorship, you get one-to-one access. And if you're buying services, you get one-to-one access, okay? But then the blocker here is that where this explodes is if you do side access, right? Side access on WhatsApp, email, a little bit of LinkedIn, a few voice notes here and there. That is exactly how you blow this up, because you've built a model that works, that scales, but you as the business owner have self-detonated your own business. Because why would someone ever pay? I would just pay the $900 product, drop you a message on WhatsApp, send you over a voice note on Instagram. The same person is going to bitch and complain when things aren't working, and they're not going to show up to the live calls. That is the unfortunate truth, because you're always available. You need to understand where the laws of energy are, and especially with an ecosystem, where do the laws of energy reside? So if you're always available, then you're actually never available, because everyone has access to your email, everyone has access to your WhatsApp, and that's effectively it. And then similarly, with your one-to-one mentorship, if people are asking you random BS questions that can be answered either via the community or via the trainings, that will also break this, because we need to be able to achieve scale at all times 24/7. So if we can't add 10x more people to this, the whole thing collapses. It just literally implodes and becomes an absolute mess. So you need to have harsh, close rules on this to be able to grow it further. And then the most important part about here is, how do we get traffic to that offer? Okay, what is the mechanism inside the ecosystem that we can get traffic to them? So under the ecosystem model, we have one master VSL. This is one VSL on YouTube, which shows exactly how you do what you do, yourself, your story, your origin story, absolutely everything. That is your master VSL. That is what you do, true and true. And that is exactly how you want to drive all traffic to here, because we want to get people into our ecosystem so that they therefore want to work with us more so than anybody else in the entire world. And it's true, this process is how we actually do it. So the first step is that they come in, they understand, they see your content, okay? They have one master VSL. But not everyone is going to watch that master VSL. So then we have individual videos, which is authority building content. This is my frameworks that I put out every single week. It's called my Build With Me series, which this video is also part of. This shows me explaining things very clearly. I do not care about views. I couldn't care about how much views I get in a video, because all I care about is, are these people learning? Are they qualified, and do they want to take the next step in me? And that's all that matters. That's what this content creates, okay? And on top of this content, I also have my own podcast. This is my association content. You don't need a podcast to get started, but if you have a podcast, it also helps, okay? So this is me interviewing other people. That builds my association authority. Whether you like it or not, it's just the laws of influence in psychology. It's just what happens in the world, that people get associated with people, and it builds attraction. These videos drive back to this video goes back to this video, and then other people come off the top and come into my ecosystem in LinkedIn and Instagram. So even though people think LinkedIn is for losers, it makes me a lot of money, so I don't really care. But basically on LinkedIn, you can just create killer posts that basically showcase who you are, showcase that you're not a potato, showcase your model, and pull people into your world, okay? I have a lot of content that's coming out on here every single day, and it's very effective. Also on Instagram, Instagram is usually a smoke screen. It's kind of just for ass and abs. But lately we're doing a lot of killer work here because we have a lot of authority style content. Even this video that came out last night, it was about me giving up alcohol for over 1,000 days, which showcased my values, right? What I care about, what I'm interested in. And then over time, you start building your audience. We're building a pretty decent sized audience now on Instagram as well as LinkedIn. It's like 25,000 across both of them. And then we have YouTube too, which is like 81,000 or whatever. And then this content comes into here. This brings people, okay, this is really important for the ecosystem. If the ecosystem is fully over here, we have this content on YouTube, which pulls people into this content here, which then shows them my values, okay? So this is basically like me just living my life, looking like a jack Chad, basically showing my values. People see my values. People see that I'm interested in X, Y, Z. They're also aligned to that. Then I also have my email sequences, which comes out. They're able to see what I'm interested in and also like the model that we run. Then you'll see reels. So you'll see my reels here with my cute dogs. And then you'll also see LinkedIn posts here that come off the top, okay? These LinkedIn posts in here, they build a lot of authority. And because we are not princesses, when we create exceptional content, we actually go and speak to our leads like you see here. Spoke to this guy, sent him over a video. This video kind of helps him, puts him back in the ecosystem up here, okay? Because the DM setting was basically what will get people from here, over here, into the master VSL, back to the master VSL, and the master VSL will set people, okay? So up here, this will come from here into the landing page, and the landing page then over here, grow your business to 1 million plus with content without chasing views. This is super, super important. This video here looks like it's for one of my programs, but it's actually for all of our offers because we want to set people based on process. Are they process bought in that they want to grow their business to 1 million plus with content? Yes. Okay. How do you want to get there? Is it core, apex, or incubator, which is basically what happens next? They come in to book a call. We've changed the copy here over and over again. We have this in here. And then they come down to if they're qualified, right? Because everything that's here is just case study, VSL, case study, book a call, case study, case study, case study. It showcases who we are, it showcases our values, showcases what we're worth, all this kind of stuff. And then the main thing is that when that's up here, this will come to here and then they book a call. And if they're not qualified to book a call, they go back into the ecosystem. This is the big thing. Because we cancel the call, put them back in the ecosystem, give them a good care package, free value video, and that's it. They keep on going around and around and around. They keep making money online. They keep building their business. And then when they're finally ready, they want to come and work with us, okay? But if they are qualified, we then want to utilize all of the resources inside of the ecosystem to basically showcase what we do, okay? So they come in, they watch a video, they book a call. You see here, this is basically a 1 hour timeline of emails being sent out, okay? So we've adjusted this from time to time. We've tested different ways, but generally, for the most part, people are going to see 5 to 10 emails before they actually get on the call, which is like really, really beautiful. And I call this indoctrination flow. Then they come into the call. It's either won or lost. If it's lost, we give them like a care package and they come back into the content up here. And then this is the whole idea because they come to the call at here and then it's like, which program inside of the ecosystem is the best fit for you? That's all that matters. Is it mentorship, coaching, info, or services? They get to choose. You don't kick someone through a funnel, you pull them into the ecosystem. This will 100% transform everything you're doing inside your business, will completely transform everything and improve velocity of sales. We just sell way more because we have better offers. Plain and simple. Simple, streamlined process, amazing offers. We actually get results for people. We pull people into our ecosystem and then they onboard into the actual flow from there. And this is exactly how you build an ecosystem. You break through that 30K a month plateau. You finally break free out of all of the BS of churn and clients delaying, Stripe cancellations, all of that stuff, which is total BS. And you completely avoid that because people pick their own journey. You don't have to decide, they decide for themselves. And over time, they will see different offers that they want to go and work with you with. They might come to a mastermind, they might come to a one-day event. It doesn't matter. But overall, this ecosystem, this worldview is basically how you will transform your business, hit that 30K a month mark, and completely outshine all of the numbers and all of the revenue that you've ran in 2024. So let me leave you with this idea. Do you think something like this would completely transform how you're thinking about your business right now? Would this get you to a whole new level that right now you're getting capped on? Do you feel completely underwater? Well, if that's the case, check out the link down below and let's have a quick chat to see how we can install an ecosystem model into your business. Thank you.